Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today's Monday, September 25th. So that's the 9/25/23 version of the Ravens Roundup. We got everybody back. Somebody made it right before the toilet bell rung. We gonna call no names.
My bad, y'all.
You told on yourself.
I was not conscious.
Hey, I wasn't gonna tell on you, but you told on yourself. Hey, and the funny thing is, I was off today, and I got up before I was supposed to be up, and been doing stuff ever since then. So I know this is gonna be a certified crash when we get off. I've been up since like 4:15 doing stuff. Grass got cut, videos got done, we ain't got the car, all kind of stuff.
Productive day.
Yep. And the rest of the week gonna be laid back.
Those naps that B talk of, those are ones you wake up thinking you late for work.
Yep. It'd be the next day.
Yeah. You wake up like, oh shit.
I feel you. I appreciate you coming out of your slumber to join us, though, B. I appreciate it.
That's exactly how it was. I woke up and I was like, I know I was supposed to be somewhere.
Well, matter of fact, let me turn this off because there is no phone line open. That little motel. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I'm about to ask you, what's that code for, Coach? You getting some phone calls?
No. So I got it because when I be doing the daily show, some people be asking like for the phone number.
Yeah.
So I won't have to keep typing it. I got the timer set up to every now and then, but I keep forgetting to turn it off. So it is what it is. But hey, welcome back, man. How was y'all week?
Not bad. Ravens went and messed it up yesterday. Was supposed to be. These are supposed to be the weekends where it's no pressure. You're facing a team that you know you're gonna win, and you just watching your team get a good quality win, and you start your Monday off right, and then John Harbaugh does John Harbaugh things, and now you go into Monday just dragging.
Right.
So
instead of shots, we just with regular old tips.
Yeah.
We can't even get no shots. We just got regular old salutes. No shots today.
Throw this shit at the Ravens.
So before we get into the actual gameplay and talking about each position and whatnot, how was your game day experience, Hendo? Not necessarily the what happened on the grass, but going to the game and the experience with the weather and the fans and all that stuff.
It was cool. I mean, I enjoyed myself. My daughter enjoyed herself. I only almost got into like 4 fights.
But it was cool.
Listen, I'm very protective of my child, and some things happened, but it was real good. Like the people were real friendly. We met some people that actually drove up from Dallas just to see the game. This was their first Ravens experience.
Okay.
Some real nice people. It was cool. The tickets that I got were amazing. We were right behind the Ravens bench. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I can never.
From Dallas were Ravens fans.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually had some ponchos that they got from Mexico. They were Ravens ponchos,
and
it was kind of cool.
Okay, so, yeah, that's what's up.
Okay. Raven C from that area, and he a Ravens fan. So
yeah,
He needs to drive up next time. So I know he'll see this eventually. Raven C, no excuse no more. Put some gas in the gas tank. Get the drive. So, what side y'all want to start on tonight?
Flip a coin.
Defense.
Defense. Yeah.
Start with defense then. We'll start on the back end. Start with the DBs. The entire DBs. Man, I wish we could separate. Wish we could go DBs and Kyle Hamilton.
I mean, do you guys think the DBs played bad? I don't think they were that bad overall. Again, man, like you don't have your best corner out there. You know, I mean, you're down to like your third or fourth safety, right? I think overall they gave up one touchdown. I mean, they didn't get a touchdown. That was Patrick Queen. I think overall, yeah, I mean, giving up a first down here and there, that doesn't bother me. You know, when you're looking at second and third stringers, they kept them out of the end zone. So I would say they did a solid job. I don't think they were locked down or anything like that, but I think overall they did solid.
The reason I say that because you got Brandon Stevens with 11 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
And those are not 11 tackles like he's stopping the run. Those are 11 tackles because people catching the ball on him.
But I mean, to be fair though, like Gardner had 220 some yards on 41 passes. Like it's not like 44 passes. It's not like they was getting beat downfield all night or anything. Like, I mean, teams are going to complete passes in the NFL. You know, I mean,
true.
Unless you're watching Bryce and the Panthers, but you know, it's like, oh, I don't want to give too much credit to him. I mean, Kyle had a great game, but you know, I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give him credit. Brandon Stevens is not one of my favorite DBs. He gives up passes, but he doesn't give up a lot of deep shots. And he did make that amazing play at the 3-yard line to stop Alec Pierce, because Alec Pierce has hands of stone. But I want to give a shout out.
Jordan Nelson right there, man.
He's Kerry Williams. He's like Kerry Williams.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
But
is it not the same number?
Is it?
No, Williams is 29.
Kelly 29. That's right.
I want to bring something up real quick. Anytime I see Brandon Stevens, like anytime he is an incompletion or something, and he does one of his celebrations, I always stick a Hendo because I know Hendo is fuming. That ball could be 15 yards over the head, and Brandon Stevens is like this.
I did that.
Hendo always trying to steal somebody's
Then he
joy.
gets beat for a first down.
My man,
I'm trying to steal the game. My thing is this: you celebrate when the game is over.
You celebrate every moment. He's not promised 3 hours from now.
No.
Okay? He made that play right now.
Listen,
wait till he gets to interception. Oh Lord!
Oh yeah, he gonna go ape shit when he gets an interception.
They're gonna stop the game and have a concert like it's the Super Bowl.
But I want to give a shout out to Worley.
Yes,
I think he played over 100. He played over 100 snaps.
Yes.
So I think he and Kyle Hamilton elevated this group for me because I think he just came in and did his thing. Like it was Gardner Minshew and he did some passes. The only thing that upset me defensively watching this game was Indianapolis did the same 5 plays the whole game, the same 3 runs, 2 passes, and we couldn't stop them. I mean, they dinked and dunked us up and down the field, but for the most part, we did what we needed to do.
Yeah, I thought the secondary played. My bad. I thought the secondary played well. You know, considering who we have out there, you know, it's definitely not at full strength. And then, you know, we had a guy, Darius Washington, who played 95% of the snaps the week before. He's on IR now too, and that kind of unlocked the Kyle Hamilton game, if you ask me, because once you take Darius out of the slot, they was like, all right. You know, Kyle Hamilton's our next best slot guy and probably a better slot than Darius. Is just they wanted to have Kyle Hamilton as safety. But I thought other than Kyle Hamilton, because we separated them, right?
No.
Everybody together? All right. So, yeah, Kyle Hamilton balled the hell out. That was one of the best. That's one of the best games a Ravens DB has ever had.
Yeah.
He was just all over the place. It wasn't just, he came free from us on a blitz. He was all over the place. Like it was like there was 2 Kyle Hamiltons on the field at all times. So major shout out to him because he he went off yesterday.
I made the comment. I wish we could have 10 more Kyle Hamiltons on the field.
And let me say this to Bullet Nation. I never said Kyle Hamilton was a bust. Get your words right before you speak them. I said Kyle Hamilton wasn't worth the 14th overall pick. Get straight what you say when I said when I didn't say it.
And this is right here.
Yeah, I never called him a bust. I said he wasn't worth the 14th overall pick. Well, let's get it straight and not get it twisted.
We can like the players, but not like the pick.
Facts, and I've said that a million times. It's not the person; it's where they're picked. And at that point in time of the season, we didn't need a safety, or I'm sorry, we didn't need a box safety. We needed something offensively. So it's nothing against the kid; it was against the actual pick. And yeah, I want to get a poncho.
I want to address this, Fat Nick. The first Ravens game I went to, it was raining, it was cold, and I didn't have a poncho. I bought my poncho at the stadium. Ugh. That sun gun was so expensive that I can put my hand on it right now. I will not lose it. That is the most expensive poncho. That is the most expensive rain gear I have in my repertoire. It would not be lost. It would not be lost.
Yeah, I just got my bad, coach.
No, you go ahead.
Now I was going to ask, was Rock did he play? I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing much of him at all.
They didn't test him,
and I don't know. I was going to say I don't know if that's a good thing that we didn't get to see him much or whatever, or didn't hear his name called much. He was locking his side down, I guess. But overall, yeah, man, I think they played okay. Hamilton, I think Chris, you brought up a good point because the past two games, first 2 weeks anyway, our Darius was kind of blitzing off that corner a lot. You know what I mean? So Kyle Hamilton definitely filled into that role, and he had a hell of a game. But all things considered, man, I think they held up pretty good. The timely plays, like that pass to Pittman, when Stone got hurt, those are plays that we need those guys to make. But as a whole, they played okay.
Yeah, I like the fact that Worley made the transition to safety. When I heard about it, I was hoping it would be for situations like this to move Kyle down low, because with him down low, you can disguise so much stuff. Like to keep Kyle high all the time, I think would be kind of a disservice to him. He's so versatile to have him down low, to be able to blitz, to be able to cover, to be able to slide in and maybe be that third linebacker sometimes when they may condense the formation and whatnot. I like the fact that Worley made the transition to try to be a safety, and then when Marcus got hurt, that just allowed us to do what we need to do. And so I didn't know why Worley moved, but I like the fact that he moved, and then it came in handy yesterday. So shout out to Worley for playing 100+ plays, and Kyle for doing this thing. So those two, and Stevens ain't played bad. I just like picking on him, but it seems when you watch the game on TV, it seems like every incompletion is at it seems like every incompletion is at Steve. Seems that way, and I know they're not, and I tell you how I know. Last week it seemed like every incompletion was at Stevens, and I went to go do a video talking about how bad Stevens was, and I had to back up off of it because it wasn't what I thought it was. Yeah,
I'm glad that they're letting him play. I mean, I know it's they don't have much of a choice, but just let him go out there and develop. He's going to be what he's going to be, but you look around the league, a lot of teams are going to struggle to find that second and third corner. I think he can be solid. Just let him go out there and play. Like I said, I don't think he's doing bad so far. I think overall he's been pretty solid.
And Darby missed the pick six.
Yes,
he ran right past the pick six. He jumped the route and everything.
He jumped the route and then was just like, "What am I doing again?" Oh, the catch! Oh.
Let's slide down to the LBs, and mainly this is Roquan and PQ. And I think PQ played lights out except for that one play.
Yeah,
except for that one play where he misjudged the wheel route on Moss, and he got Mossed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
It's like what we talked about the year before, not last year, but maybe it was early last year. Every play except that one that lost in the game.
I don't think that one play lost.
No, I don't think it lost.
It didn't lose.
I'm just saying, if they didn't score, then it's obviously not 22-19. But no, I thought Roquan and Patrick Queen played really well. That's been consistent since Roquan got there. I mean, they probably are the best duo in the league at that spot.
Yeah, I would have hesitated to say that 3 weeks ago, but I'm with you now, B. Especially after watching, and Werner and Drake Greenlaw are pretty good.
Yeah,
they neck and neck. I can at least say they 1A and 1B. I can at least say that. I can at least say they 1A and 1B right now, because they all four of them playing lights out. All four of them.
Yeah, agreed.
What you hearing, Hendo?
Huh?
What you hearing?
I'm trying to read this comment talking about something about me and Brody. Talking about Roquan, where has he been? I mean, I could be mistaken, but Roquan led the team in tackles game 1. Didn't he lead the team in tackles yesterday as well?
Yeah, both of them
really
had 12.
fandom. You just don't watch anything. You turn the video on, you go like this, because you've never you've never heard those two praise EDC.
No,
yeah, I did not praise him for trading for Roquan.
Or John Harbaugh for anything.
Right.
They never praised them.
He said, "Let me click this video and put on my earplugs." I'm practicing my lip reading.
Traded for EDC.
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, they get caught up in Roquan. If it's not a so-called impact play that he makes, like a sack or an interception or something like that, the fan base is automatically thinking he ain't do nothing. So it's it's one of those things until you check the stat sheet, and you're like, oh shit, he had 12 tackles or whatever. That doesn't mean he disappeared because he didn't have a sack or interception. There's a lot of things, especially if you watch film like Chris and Coach, and you see some of the stuff, even just the clips that they break down on Twitter /X, whatever we're gonna call it. You'll see little things that Roquan is doing out there to communicate, and keep the communication in with the defense, the way that it is, and setting up certain things. So yeah, I think right. Especially like they said, those two, they definitely ain't praised no EDC.
Just show us how he's playing poorly.
Facts. Yeah. And then the simple fact that he sets the defense up and he puts the players in position to make plays. He makes the checks, he tells people where to line up and where to go. But just because he doesn't have 20 tackles, that means he's not doing anything. Are y'all watching these games, or you just coming here to comment?
Roquan hasn't had a bad game yet.
He had one where he didn't have double-digit tackles, but that don't mean he had a bad game.
Right. Right.
Now, in this discussion, are we talking about outside linebackers too, or just inside?
Just inside.
Okay.
I kind of count them outside linebackers down there with the D line.
Because I got the gun ready.
So, anybody else want to talk about outside? I mean, the regular linebackers,
the ones that actually played.
Yeah,
your boy played a lot since we gonna transition.
I mean, my boy, yeah, he did.
No. 95, your boy.
he had to. He had to play.
I know. Let's transition to the.
I
outside linebacker.
I don't think he had to play too. I disagree with that.
Go ahead.
I don't know
talk about him.
All right. So look, this is my problem, right?
Okay.
So you see that these young dudes, which you typically see. I mean, we saw this in 2019, where the young outside linebackers have a hard time staying disciplined and setting the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Malik Harrison playing 8 snaps in the game? We know he can set an edge.
Yeah.
Now he's not going to light the world on. He's not going to light the world on fire. He's not going to, get you a bunch of pressure, but he's going to shore up that edge.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he played 8 snaps, and you got Robinson and Moon playing way more snaps than him.
I think they played 100 combined.
Now, if you see a team is gashing you on the edge repeatedly,
mm-hmm.
I think you want to put that dude who was a tone setter for you in a playoff game against the Titans. I get it was a couple years ago, but he has that physicality to set that edge, and you can count on him that he's not going to be undisciplined and crash and have that whole outside open where Zach Moss looks like he's freaking Barry Sanders running on the outside. That was my problem. Not necessarily with the young dudes, because these guys, practice squad player, you got what was he, a 4th round rookie, 5th round rookie? Like, I'm not going to be, harp on them, but the coaching staff, like, why are you doing that? Like, why isn't Malik Harrison in there?
That's a great question, because we like you said, we know what he can do on the edge. He may not be the greatest pass rusher, but ain't none of them out there rushing the passer. Exactly. So why not do what you need to do in the run game? At least keep that staple what it is, because we always tough against the runs. So why not just leave him out there and do what he do versus the run? Because we ain't getting pass rush anyway without blitzing.
Right. Well, we wasn't stopping the run either.
True. What Moss had? 122?
122 and 30 carries. First play of the game. 24-yard run.
24 yards, yep.
Because your man, Mr. 4 snaps, couldn't set the age.
Who my man is?
4 snaps. 4 snaps and I'm out the game.
We see him in the chat there, David Ajabo.
This is second game. This is second game this season. He left early. I wonder is that injury still bothering? He clocked out early. He had a family emergency. But I'm wondering, is that injury still bothering him?
It sounded like he headed to a matinee or something. Like, goodness.
And we still so this is week 4 coming up. So we still gotta wait at least that to see what they're gonna do with Tyus, right? Because he got to sit out this game before they can make before he can even be eligible to come back, right?
Yes. That's what Tyus is gonna help a lot.
But he is even healthy though. That's the key.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Right.
That's the key. And then what's up with Owe?
Yeah, and they better not say.
Oh, that's wild.
Well, Owe being hurt.
No, Ajabo is great when he plays, but Roquan has been silent.
Who said that?
Listen,
according to my man, Israeli Freedom.
Listen, I did something. Ajabo in his Ravens career has played 106 snaps. He has 7 tackles and 2 sacks.
Great snaps.
106 plays.
Okay, you said 7 tackles and 2 sacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 9.
I know what you're going to do.
And how many hurries? 90?
That's a huge problem that we had though right now. We're not getting any pressure outside of sending the corners or the safeties.
Yep.
And when you got a banged up secondary, man, I think that's why you give that group a little more credit for what they doing, because they're not getting no help up front.
Nope.
Our big guys, Pierce, my guy Travis.
They doing it versus the run now.
Yeah, but it's I mean, speaking of yesterday, like I don't know. I mean, I know it was I know they would run a lot of outside, but I don't know, man. Matabike, like nobody dominating them.
He didn't have a penalty yesterday.
He did. He did.
Step in the right direction.
I'm starting to appreciate that. Watching the Kwanu down there in Carolina.
Oh,
damn!
Hold on. Let me get this real quick. That's the problem. He not the same dude he was in college.
Facts.
That is the problem.
This is not college.
That's the problem.
The second NFL season. Why would we be watching college?
That's the problem. He ain't the same dude he was in college.
And he don't have Aiden Hutchinson on the other side.
Hey,
right.
check out Laquan Treadwell in college.
Exactly. You cut him deep then, Jose.
He was a monster.
Hey, he's about to be on the Ravens roster.
I was about to say,
yes, that's what I'm saying. Check out Laquan Treadwell in college if you feel that way. Right?
He about to get some burn.
Nobody said a job.
Hey, I do you one better, Jose. Check out Ryan Leaf in college.
Yes.
Ooh,
I was gonna say Peter Ward, but I figured.
Whoa. Taking stuff a little too far, bro. Whoa. Too far, bro.
I thought Laquan Treadwell was can't miss.
Shit.
And this coming from a Miami guy now with the Peter Ward.
Right, yeah. But listen, Peter Ward, Kyle's boy, he was unstoppable.
I know. Got to Cincinnati.
Not bro.
Something about Cincinnati.
Who knew it was just the jersey?
But anyway,
right,
the interior D line I felt like played decent, but the edge guys, other than Clowney's effort, I was disappointed in the edge guys.
Yeah,
Clowney's effort, I was good with his effort and what he did, but the other edge guys, I was disappointed, especially with the edge setting. Like, there were a number of times I'm like, who got C gap? Why are they getting outside? And it was a constant issue. Like, they would just peek, and when they peek inside, the edge would be the back would bounce and be gone. They bounce and be gone. Now, we're not getting pass rush from anybody, the interior D line or the edge guys. But at least when they run up the middle, the interior guys are at least holding them for 1 or 2 yards. But on the edge, they just letting them bounce and have it, because most of his yards came on bounces.
Clowney's getting pressure. He just missing tackles.
Yeah, he needs some stick 'em on his hands or something.
Man, we watched one time, like we were standing up watching. Moss came around. Clowney hit him like 4 yards in the backfield. We sat down. And everybody was just like, ooh. And I'm like, what y'all oohing for? Spun off of him, ran for 5 yards. I'm like, man, come on.
Y'all left everything early, huh?
Yeah, it was a couple times. Because he looked like he had him wrapped up. But Clown is providing a lot of pressure. I think with Ajabo being oft injured, Clown is going to get a little bit more playing time and show he should be starting, right? In my opinion.
Well, he is starting though.
No, he's not. Ojabo's starting.
Not no more.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, man. Ojabo's the starter.
Clowney didn't start yesterday. So who started Ojabo and who else? That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody left.
take a pick.
No, I'm saying I'm really there's
no. Was it Jackie Moon? Or?
Jackie Moon.
Not Love Me Sexy, huh?
It should have been Kyle Hamilton starting on the other side. Facts. The way he was playing.
Facts.
Right.
Should be signed JPP.
Hey, I wouldn't mind it.
Hey.
It's crazy. Now Ham will be back too soon. I hope.
Yes.
That should help.
Yes, because they really
Ham Bowser. That should help. So
this is why again this is why when it comes time to pay Matt Judon, you find the money. Like, look at the mental gymnastics we have to do to talk ourselves into thinking that these guys are going to be a viable replacement 2 years later.
They had to find the money. That money was sitting on the table, and they were just like, "No, it's going to stay right there."
Not the mental gymnastics.
Well, if he's at 100 snaps so far, and he's only playing 4 snaps a game, so like 5 years, he'll be right there.
Yep. like Terrell Pinella says, Zadarius Smith too.
You're gonna have Zadarius back next week.
Next week,
probably gonna want
But the funny thing is, we talking about this, but they still play well enough to win.
Yeah,
they played well enough to win. They were put in some adverse situations and held their own and played well enough to win. To waste Kyle Hamilton's effort is a travesty. That's probably one of the best games from a DB in a long time in a Ravens uniform. And
it's Tavon Young.
Wasted.
And I mean, let's keep it a buck. Like they stepped up when they needed to in plays like the safety, right? They got the Colts actually got lucky because he fumbled that ball in the end zone. So him stepping out really actually helped them because
y'all face masked him too. Something fierce.
No flag though.
Well, hey, we can't. That was just the get back from the face mask that Zay caught earlier in the game. So clearly they weren't. Look, the whistle was swallowed yesterday. So
for everybody.
So it wasn't, but he. I mean,
they were bad all the way around because they missed that face mask. The amazing catch that Pittman caught, he got face mask on that.
Yeah, his helmet got pulled off.
Took his helmet off.
They were bad all the way around for us and against us.
But I mean that would have ended the game. The safety should have ended the game anyway. But they made a big play there. But yeah, the pass rush is lacking severely, and we still got one more week and we hope Bowser coming back in one more week, and then the other people that we hoping to come back. I mean, we really don't know what they're gonna give us. We don't know what Owe, you know what I mean? Like, we want him out there as a body, but I mean, is he gonna help? Is he gonna give us pass rush? Is it gonna help or what? So, yeah, we in trouble. We might be in trouble in that front.
Yeah,
because Myles Garrett. Well, we get the offense in a minute, but go ahead, Hendo.
I was just gonna say, listen, and this is why we speak so much about situational defense, because you can have all the pieces, you can have all the players, but when we needed the defense to step up at the end of the game and in overtime, they couldn't do it. Not to say that this loss is on them, but we need situational awareness, situational plays. We don't need a defense to dominate for 60 minutes. We just need those crucial moments, a la 34-yard punt, when players need to step up and do their job, a la a 34-yard punt.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that point up. I was waiting on that.
I know you were.
I was waiting, and I had forgot about it until you brought that up. So using your metric,
right?
That means, and we're gonna jump ship. That means Lamar Jackson played shitty yesterday. Using your metric.
In moments, yes, he did.
No.
But using your metrics, he kicked a 67-yard punt.
Using your metric, because his worst punt was in the fourth quarter when it was needed the most, right?
When they gave up the
when it was needed the most, right?
Yes, facts.
So using that metric, because Lamar didn't play good in the fourth quarter either. That means Lamar played shitty.
Yes.
But to be fair, Lamar made the throws that he needed to make at the end of the game. You just had him throwing it to Isaiah Likely, and the referee's not throwing a flag.
No, Isaiah Likely dropped that one.
I'm going off Hendo's metric. Because the plays wasn't made in the fourth quarter, so that negates the rest of the game.
Well, it's different when your sample size is
no.
Like
when Debo got beat. I mean, when Debo beat him up in his backyard, that was different.
Yeah, that was different. It's different in the fact. It's different in the fact of Lamar having the ball in his hands for 70, 80 something plays, and the punter making 3 punts in 4 punts.
Was it 3 good ones, 1 bad one?
I mean, it's different just because Lamar can't control the outcome after he throws the ball.
Now, also, Lamar got them to the point where they should have won the game.
Most definitely. And wait a minute. On that chip, I'm just gonna say that. On that punt that landed on like the one.
No.
So wait, the punt that landed at the one that resulted in the safety.
That should have been game.
It should have been game.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
same difference.
But also, technically, the Colts punt returner should have caught the ball instead of watching it bounce.
So we got double standards for Kolar and Lamar. I mean, not Kolar for.
No, we ain't got double standards, Coach.
I'm just
saying.
I'm taking what you gave me.
Just like we said before the stream. Like, you have to accentuate the good and the bad. We can't just sit there and say Charlie Kolar just had these booming punts and forget the fact that when we needed him the most, he punted the ball 34 yards.
Wait a minute, we keep saying Kolar.
I mean, Stout, Jordan Stout.
One of them white dudes.
One of the fourth round picks.
Kolar catching strays around this joint.
You know why, Coach?
I bet you wish he was in the game
Wasn't
on
he
3rd and 6, though.
Was Kolar active?
He was active.
He was
active. According to his last play, no, we don't.
I saw his big ass head on the sideline.
Yeah, but not Charlie Kolar. Not Charlie
Jordan
Kolar.
Stout.
We're talking about Jordan Stout. My bad.
Yes, I sent you that video, Coach.
I saw him out there looking
listen,
like Fabio.
Listen, Jordan Stout is so disrespectful. Like, that dude is so disrespectful. Every time the marching band came out and was performing, he's right in front of him kicking.
All kickers do that.
I'm just saying, this is Baltimore marching band. Don't do that, bro.
It's
a couple times.
That's not a swag man. Ain't nobody that see them.
If we doing the hierarchy, they probably below the punter.
This ain't the marching 100 or the
man,
Sonic
it was a couple times. It was a couple times that punt almost hit one of them band players.
Or the sounds of dynamite. Ain't nobody that see them.
That's probably what he was shooting for.
Lighted the bumblebee.
You gotta have something to aim at, right? You gotta practice directional kicking.
In y'all golf. So I'm gonna tell you what I do when I go to the driving range and they drive that cart to pick them balls up.
Oh, you one of them terrible
You
people?
one of them people.
Yeah.
You one of them people.
I'm trying to hit the cart.
That's what I'm saying. You one of them people.
All my practice
and they know
practice go out. You driving that car trying to pick them balls up, trying to smash. So Jordan Stout is the same thing. So I don't see nothing wrong with him kicking while the man out there.
No, I don't have a problem with him kicking, but like he's right in front, and the people are trying to do their movements and marching, and he walking right in front. I'm like, they not even there. I'm like, yo, they got a job to do, just like you.
They not.
He was in his zone.
Right. He focused. He locked in.
They weren't even there. He didn't even notice they were there.
This ain't the XFL. Nobody here for that.
Right.
Wow.
Again, this is not SWAC or MEAC. We don't care about the band.
But this is the former Baltimore Colts marching band. Special.
Yo, I think Israeli. I think he's a troll, yo.
Special.
Who? What are you talking? He said he had 300 yards. Lamar had 300 yards and 70% completion.
Yeah, 300 total yards.
Total yards.
Oh, total yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had 303. So what?
Yeah.
I think he's taking our little banter the wrong way, Coach.
Yeah, he's saying he wasn't the reason why they lost. That's not what we're saying. That's
part of it.
Yeah, they all
part of it.
Everybody's there, all of them.
They're all part of it.
From the top down.
Nobody's immune. Nobody that play offense is immune. He was wrong part of it. Mark was wrong part of it. Zay was wrong part of it. The old line was wrong part of it. What's the coach? Munkin was wrong part of it. Harbaugh was wrong with a lot of it. All of it blame. Nobody is immune.
All of it. Listen, look. I mean, look, Lamar. We didn't even talk about what Lamar did. That was the worst. That was taking that sack.
Yes.
At the end there, right? Mm-hmm. You're way too far along in your career and your knowledge of the game for that to ever happen. That's just stupid.
You know what the interesting thing is too, like, week 1, I remember these people and we were actually giving Lamar, praise week 1. We saw some things, first time in this new offense, we saw some things, right? Right, but these same people crushing them. Lamar this, Lamar that, But then when it comes to criticizing, so then they'll say that we don't criticize him. We're Lamar truthers, right? When he has a mistake or he doesn't play great in their eyes. But then when we give an honest critique of him, now we're blaming Lamar. We hate Lamar. We do this. It's not that at all, right? But if it's one thing you're going to get on this roundup is that you're going to get the truth, right? We're not those guys that's going to be like, oh, man, you got to excuse Lamar. You got to excuse Harbs or you got to excuse whoever. No, man. If he made a mistake or two, then we're going to call it out. And he did that. No one's blaming him for the whole game or anything like that. Just Coach said, top to bottom, man, that was on them. That was on all of them. They had plenty of times to win that game. So, y'all gotta relax with that, all right? Because here you're gonna get the truth. You're gonna get our honest opinion on how we feel about certain things. We don't care who it is. That's just what we're gonna do. So relax, man. It's not a blame. It's not that. It's just pointing out what we see.
And again, it's week 3,
right?
Yeah.
It's not the end of the road, but
new offense.
Right. It's not the end of the road. We just pointing out what we saw yesterday. Can it be fixed? Yes. Is it time to panic? No.
Not even close.
Get y'all panties out of wad.
Yeah.
Everybody make mistakes.
Listen, we have a bad loss every year. We have a bad loss every year. It just so happened to come in week 3.
Look, we react to the games week to week. So that's what we're doing. We're reacting to this game. It was a bad loss, right? So
horrible loss.
Yeah, we're discussing our frustrations with what they did yesterday.
And to what Mikey said, like when somebody criticizes Lamar, not everybody's a hater. Not everybody is the people saying he should have been a running back or he's a running back. He can't throw. Not everybody is that person.
Right.
So to lump everybody, somebody called me a Joe Flacco fan yesterday. I want them to put some in their fucking mouth.
First of all, what's the problem with Joe Flacco?
I hated Joe Flacco. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hated Joe Flacco. I couldn't stand him. He was so inconsistent. But I give him credit. Big games, he did come through. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, when big games, he came through, and I give him credit for that. But it was so much of a roller coaster because I thought Joe Flacco could have been so much better than he was.
He could have,
and he
didn't have the work ethic.
He just wasn't consistent, and you know, I at the end, like when they drafted Lamar Jackson, it felt like my firstborn was here.
So
when they drafted Lamar.
Chris, Coach, you guys remember Vinny Serrato? He used to be a GM for the Redskins. So he
in the 49ers. Don't strip him from his 49ers.
The 49ers, yes. But I'm not sure if he's still on the radio over here, but he was he was on a local radio here for years, and all throughout Flacco's career, he would criticize Flacco in the offseason because Flacco didn't put in that extra work that you see Lamar do. Right. He would work out with the wide receivers, and Vinny Serrato will always be on him. And people are like, man, you're hating on him. He's like, look, man, like the guy's lazy, right? He's only gonna put in just enough work, you know, to get it done, but he's not gonna give you anything extra. And Joe Flacco used to always have to address what he's doing with his wide receivers in the offseason. Right? Nothing. Lamar's the opposite of that. So Lamar, he does everything he needs to do, but like y'all said, like nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Right. And one of them got a Super Bowl, so who's really doing it wrong?
Listen,
hey, that run was mad.
His Super Bowl run was top tier.
I'm not
to pay. It made him a lot of money too.
Yeah. I'm not a Joe Flacco apologist.
He put it all together.
Joe Flacco was very, very inconsistent, nonchalant about everything. But one thing I will say in defense of Joe is kind of the same issue. His head coach never picked the offensive coordinator that kind of catered to Joe Flacco's talents. They tried to make Joe Flacco fit in the West Coast system, a la Greg Roman, Lamar, make him do what he wanted to do instead of somebody saying, you know what? Then when we brought in Gary Kubiak, what happens? Joe Flacco has his best career. He moves on, and John Harbaugh goes right back to people that he knows. So some of it's on the team, most of it's on Joe Flacco because he just really didn't give a damn. Like
he had no great weapons either. After that,
yeah.
Once he got paid, the weapons kind of I mean, he had Steve Smith later on, but he didn't have prime time Steve Smith.
I heard somebody call him Ravens legend Steve Smith, and I was on the same level of Chris. I want to punch him in the face.
First of all, Brodney, Steve Smith is a Ravens legend.
No, is Hollywood Brown a Ravens legend?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
But
listen,
Coach, I don't know.
Damn ball over there.
I don't know if you see Jared, the homie Jared's comment.
What's up, Jared?
This one?
Yes.
This one?
Oh, yes.
Well,
so this is fair. Like he does. Like I think
he did that yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if it's PTSD from when he ain't have people around him. You know what I mean? And he just had to. But he does tend to feel like he can make a play. And look, man, the dude is supremely talented, supremely athletic. He can do a lot of things that people can't out there. But to Jared's point, something like what we said when he took the sack, like, bro, you gotta you gotta make the right choice there, right? You gotta know where you at. You can't push, you can't press there. Look, man, make the smart play there. And you know, he has to add that aspect to his game. And sometimes he does, you know, want to take over the game and want to play hero ball and make the big play. And he's still a young guy, right? Sometimes we forget that, man. These young guys, these young athletic cats, man, who are glitches on the field, man, they feel they can do whatever, man. And you know, like I said, he can do most of it, but he's got to add that aspect to his game. And that's no diss, that's no, you know, that's just what he needs. We see it, you know, we see it with Josh Allen all the damn time, right? You know, he you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, right? He does the same thing. These young guys feel like they can make that extra play when, you know, sometimes they got to let the game play out the way it's supposed to. So, you know, again, that's just what it is, you know, with Lamar. It's not, you know, we are far from Lamar haters and all of that. It's just, hey, this is what comes with the territory. You see what's happening. I don't know what the score is, but you see what's happened with Joe Burrow over the last 2 weeks, right? You were the highest paid quarterback, but You wanted the highest paid, right?
He is the highest paid.
Yeah, he's still the highest paid.
Oh,
Well,
I
no,
thought Mahomes deal, yeah.
Oh, they
Mahomes got the
they
most,
restructured it.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. He got 210 over 4 years.
Yeah. So it comes with the territory, and it's gonna come with the territory for Lamar. You making the money now, so people are gonna pick your game apart, even though it's already happened to Lamar. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I wanted to say this. This dude, he says, you don't complain when he makes the play. But do you complain when your mom or your girl cook your favorite food? When they do what you want them to do, now you don't complain. It's when they do. Anytime anybody complains or says something bad is when something wrong is going on. So when stuff go right, nobody complains. That's a stupid comment.
And he's wrong. And he's wrong because when Coach breaks down this film, whether the result is good or bad, Coach is going to tell you, hey,
if you made the right read or not.
Right.
Like exactly. I tell you this, the play he threw the ball to Zay, and I ain't even said this. I ain't said this on nothing all day, and I saw it this morning. The play that they called, that everybody wants to complain about, we didn't get called pass interference. Fucking Mark wide open. Go back and look at it.
Yeah, he was.
I ain't said this to nobody all day, but Mark wide open. I ain't complained about that. Not one time. Mark Andrews is wide open on that play, but he's staring him down.
Hey, Coach, I ain't gonna lie, I complain. When Lamar makes a run, and I think he's running too much, he can get the first down or a touchdown. I'm like, you still running too damn much.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he can make a play, and I'm still like, come on, bro, you going too many hits. It's third game of the season.
Oh yeah, I do be complaining about him getting down.
Yeah, you don't need. Yeah, he don't slide.
Yep.
I can't get behind what you guys are saying. You guys sound like Tyler Huntley truthers to me. Y'all hate Lamar, man.
I'll say this though. Obviously you hope that he kind of reins that in a little bit, and learns when to make the play, when not to make the play. But sometimes like that's just part of who they are, and that's kind of what makes them the player they are, right? Yeah. And you try and rein it in too much, and you'll lose out on stuff, and it's not worth it. I mean, nobody tell Brett Favre stop throwing across his body across the field in his 18th year when he had threw the most interceptions in NFL history, right? Because it's who he was, right. And if you lose that, then you're going to lose some of the great plays that he makes. So sometimes you
like what's that?
My guy,
same thing's happening with Justin Fields in Chicago.
You tuned in to us. You can't here to watch us. You interested in what we talking about?
You're an NFL coach, Israeli?
Yeah, right. So what are you talking about?
You miss your apostrophe and your E there as well.
Right. I try not to go here and do stuff like this, but God, bro, we giving our opinions like everybody else, and we allow everybody else to get their opinions. But when you try to get disrespectful,
right, man, we keep it respectful, bro.
The disrespect on here can get disrespectful. It's been shown. It's been shown. It can get real disrespectful.
Also, show us. I need to say this too, man, because
Roquan sucks. Show us.
Right. Look, I'm seeing a trend here. This on your channel, Coach, our channel. There's a lot of burner accounts that are showing up, man.
Oh, right.
Listen. We ain't gotta do all this, man. Just if you're mad, if you're mad because
say it with your chest.
If the Church of Lamar is upset with us because we spoke his name, and blasphemous, right?
Hallelujah.
Blasphemously. It wasn't like that. We're criticizing the whole team. It's a team effort. He didn't have his best game. That's all we're saying. All right. Don't send you.
At the same time, we say, "Oh man, he should have threw that ball away." At the same time, we're saying he put him in place to win the game. So I don't understand how that's. Understand how that's hating, but okay,
right.
Whatever.
Yeah, you could have a good game and still make errors in critical points of the game.
What they don't want me to do, is call them what I called them before I hit that live button. Then they really be mad.
Nah, Coach, we ain't gonna do that.
No.
Yeah. I might get demonetized if I call you what I called y'all before we hit that live button.
No.
When I curse, you get demonetized. I didn't know that.
No. You wasn't here. What I said was pretty vile. What I called them.
Yeah, and listen, man, like Coach said, you chose to be here. You know, thanks for hanging out and participating. But I mean, keep your emotions in check.
Right. I mean, and if you come on your real account, because I ain't never seen you here before.
So some might say he already been on his real account.
Chris, you got to unfollow, Chris.
Yeah, don't they?
Chris, you got to unfollow.
I don't even know who that is. Well, I'm sorry, man. Please come back.
You got to earn it.
You catch the strays, Chris.
I don't know how I'm asleep with this news
because he
now.
said Lamar played like crap, and that's the reason we lost.
No, I said he played like crap in critical situations. Now, if you get your head out your ass, you would read that. That's what I said.
Wait. Where did you hear him say that?
He didn't. Right. Because all Chris tweets pop up on my. He didn't say that.
Always. Right. Yeah.
See? Didn't Mark and Zay have like a combined 90 yards?
Hey man, let's go to running back. Let's move. Let's go to running back. Let's go to running back.
Damn,
let's go to running back.
Man, you follow me, man. What am I going to do, man?
Put the bottle down, Chris.
Because
I might have to call out of work.
Put the bottle. Don't do it, Chris. We're gonna be
let me drink my vodka.
But running backs, if I will say this,
What you gonna say?
If Kenyon Drake don't fumble that ball, we beat the dog shit out of them yesterday.
I agree, Coach.
Yeah. Seems like y'all mentally weak then.
Yes.
That one play gone. Derail the entire.
About to get you, Bradley. They about to get you.
Listen, and the players, it's the coach that's mentally weak. Harbaugh is mentally weak, right? Because he fumbled the ball there, so you're not gonna give him the ball anymore. I don't care about that. Like he can, he has the best chance of making plays out of who's left on the field. And he just can't. You just pick him up off the street. All right, his hands might be a little rusty. All right, sucks, man. Really? You gotta get back out there.
That is a sad ass running back room y'all got.
Very.
It is. It's bad. It is.
Yep. And Blackley was right. Like
Gus got a concussion.
If he didn't fumble, the play wouldn't have counted because Zyler was down the field.
Yeah.
But I'd rather him not fumble than the play got called back though.
Right. I'll take that.
That play towards the end where Melvin Gordon caught that pass and got tackled. If that's Kenyon Drake, he has a better chance of turning it upfield for a few more yards.
What I will say about Melvin Gordon was he was extremely conscious about putting two hands on the ball.
Oh my gosh!
So he knew his fumble history. He was extremely conscious. Like he sacrificed making moves and maybe getting an extra yard or two.
Yeah, he was
double over the ball.
It's got to be humbling when 2 years more the only one gonna call you. Like, yeah, he gonna change whatever he needs to change now.
How come more running backs don't do the Tiki Barber thing? Hold on,
it's not because it's not natural.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It worked
way up here.
I mean, it worked. Yeah,
he do that thing for 80 yards. He do an 80-yard run like that. I know he was tired. I know his chest hurt, but that ball did not move.
But I think Drake may have played more, but we gotta realize it's a new offense. Melvin been here. He been here all off season basically, or training camp anyway. So he knows that he got a better hold of the offense then. But I think we would have saw Drake in on that play.
Yeah, it say he had one carry, but he played a lot more than that.
Yeah,
because that actual fumble wasn't a carry; it was a catch.
Yeah.
And he had 2 catches, 3 targets, but he played a lot more than 4 plays.
Mm-hmm.
He just didn't get actually touch the ball. He played a lot more than 4 plays. Because he even after that fumble, he was in a lot later on in the game. He just wasn't actually touching the ball and whatnot. And then I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but the play Gus got concussed. Not only did he take a big hit, he got kneed like after the fact. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not.
I did.
Because 44 was just being a straight butthole the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought El Freaky was going to have to get active on him. I thought he was about to get active with him when he pulled his leg.
Why ain't no lineman come slap him in his mouth after that?
A lot of people said that. You
know why, Coach?
That was Ryan Jensen.
You know why, Coach?
Why?
because your head coach wants choir boys.
Yep.
He wants good character dudes on his team.
When he flipped Lamar's leg like that,
Yep.
one of them old linemen should have made a beeline to him.
Pop the crap out of him.
He's like, that's a penalty as a coach. I don't mind taking because you protecting your quarterback. You protecting the guy that can win you the Super Bowl. You protecting the one guy that can win you the Super Bowl down there by himself.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's a team game, but you protecting the one guy that can damn near win you the Super Bowl by yourself, and you just let him just flip your leg off
watch.
Or at least do it to them on the defensive side. Good Lord. Get some payback.
Yeah, we ain't got the dudes to do that.
Right. So, and then wrap up on the running backs because they really wasn't.
It's in trouble because you down to your fourth and fifth string guys.
The fourth is Mitchell, so we passed four.
If you want to put him in there, so fifth and sixth, and then the fifth got hurt yesterday. I don't know if you guys caught it. I think like the third to last play of the game, Gordon, he went out limping. Now he came back for one play after that because it was Drake came back and then Gordon was in there for the last play and then the game was over. But he got banged up too. So they might be making calls for Leonard Fournette soon. The way it's looking because they just falling like
call
crazy.
about Jonathan Taylor.
Everybody.
Right.
Oh, they said they were out. They said they weren't pursuing that.
Kind
of like what they did with Lamar.
Get back in. The water's nice.
Desperate times.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So let's move
Call
to
about Josh Jacobs.
Who?
Josh Jacobs. I'm sure the Raiders are tired of seeing him around.
True. I take him.
Yeah.
I mean, beggars can't be choosers, so I take fucking Booby Miles right now.
You want to win?
We'll give you a
Yeah.
we give you a Chuba Hubbard for Rashad Bateman. What's up?
Do it.
Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know about Chuba?
Yeah, I know about Chuba, but you know,
It don't sound like you do.
what's come on a pitch count? Do you really want Rashad Bateman?
I mean,
I saw what DJ Chark did, and he looked way more explosive than Rashad Bateman yesterday.
But did you see what Jonathan Mingo been doing and Terrace Marshall?
I have not seen him do anything.
And Adam Thielen
Adam Thielen went off yesterday.
Adam Thielen look good.
Adam Thielen ran the hardest 8 yards I've ever seen in my life, and I just don't know how many more of those he's got in him. So
He did it too early in the season.
All right, let's go to wide receivers and tight ends. Disappointing and likely. Zay is getting a whole bunch of touches, but they short. They short. But he can't do nothing about it. He just only can run what's called. So we look. What's the word we look? We look midi at receiver, and I don't think we midi, but we look midi. And I don't know, like I said, I ain't using the hurt excuse. I ain't using the weather excuse. We just got to get better at the receiver position. We got to figure out them because we got the weapons. We got to figure out how to get them involved and down the field and open stuff up.
Yeah. Yesterday we didn't even attempt a pass 30 yards, so it was no reason to push the defense back. Rashad Bateman, I don't know if he's hurt. They say his hamstring tightened up on him. Tylan Wallace just went on IR.
sorry,
Yeah,
Need a minute.
I was listen.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute.
I'm sorry, Chris. Moment of silence. I was actually gonna make a video saying there's one guy we need to bring back that would change everything.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm for real, and I'm not even joking, Coach.
Don't do it.
DeMarcus Robinson.
Don't do it.
Hell no.
Don't do it.
Yeah. You know the heart and soul. Listen, when he was here, unnamed
Rashad Perriman?
unnamed player, he actually brought a toughness to the room. Even though he didn't get on the field.
Who are you talking about?
James. Oh, he talking about James.
You know who we talking about? Channel 3, baby.
Don't do it. Don't get my hopes up.
Coach.
Don't get my hopes up.
He knows the team.
Oh,
he knows the system.
God damn, Cincinnati.
What'd they do?
I don't know who 89 is, but Oh, okay. I guess they blew it dead. 89 was running
look.
all by himself.
Somebody say Shamar Bridges. Oh, that was Jay.
No Jay.
You give Makai Polk credit. I mean, he's available.
Man, I'm so disappointed in Makai Polk, boy. Golly, he laid an egg.
So, do you guys put the wide receiver play
for your expectations?
You think the wide receiver just played poorly yesterday, or do you think the play call didn't really give them a chance to do much?
I think the overall offense is a result of terrible O-line play, and we hadn't got to O-line play, so I really couldn't put it. But since we mentioned it, the O-line played shitty, which made everybody else look bad.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody else looked bad except for Drake's fumble, which the O-line had nothing to do with that. But the O-line play was so bad that it made the quarterback look bad, made the receivers look bad, put everybody out of the rhythm, and then it just was a domino effect.
I'm gonna put it on the play calling because it got to a point where things just weren't working, and it didn't even look clean. Like they looked out of sync and disheveled. But then it just got to a point where I promise you, I look and everybody's looking around like, yo, is Greg Roman back? Because it just seemed like he just started calling Greg Roman type plays. And I'm like, oh, you doing that?
Card was out there.
I saw him.
And the thing is, as bad as we was looking, that son gonna play good.
He did.
That son gonna play good. As bad as we was looking and he was in the game, for what he was asked to do, he played good. It was like Roman was back, and Ricard was like, "It's my time to shine," and he shined.
As far as the wide receivers, I think Aguilar played good. I thought he had, except for that dumbass hold where he looked like he was taking a prom picture with the cornerback.
Hey, what about the spin move on nobody?
That dude, I mean, but I liked what he did yesterday. He had some really timely plays and heads up plays. It looks like he's just running wide open, but he had to find those zones and settle in them and present a good target. And I know I wasn't the biggest fan of that signing because at the time I was like, this feels like it's gonna be it. Like it's gonna be Nelson Aguilar, wide receiver 1 with Rashad Bateman too. But he's been consistent. He's done his thing when his number's called. So I give him props. He's certainly done more than Bateman has.
Yeah, I like the fact that he is finding them zones and throttling down in them zones, presenting himself.
Yeah,
and he's just running through and getting his head taken off. He finding the soft spot, showing his numbers and making catches.
Yeah, I was expecting. I thought we would get a big game from Bateman this week, but we didn't. And then I know he said, his hammy tightened up at the end or whatever. So, but he said he's fine. So we'll see how that plays out. But like you kind of alluded to it earlier, Coach. Man, I'm severely disappointed in Likely. Like it has been true to form all 3 weeks. Like he makes a catch early and then he disappears. And then he has that drop, at the end of the game, which was costly, but he's just like, and I saw somebody say this on Twitter, like, hey, a lot of us wanted to ship Mark Andrews out because we had Likely, right?
Right.
And the thing that ain't happened.
Right.
But, brother man then disappeared. So I don't know what's up with him, man. He was supposed to be another one of those weapons that Lamar had, but he just seems to be in his head something. I don't know what's going on with him. But overall the group, man, not a great game from them.
I will say this about Likely and Andrews. Neither one of them cats giving us nothing in a block game. Neither one of them.
But at least Andrews is not going to get a penalty.
But we're likely getting penalties.
In the block game, he did one last game, and I think in week 1, he's always getting penalties because he can't block.
No.
At least Mark Andrews just going to let you go by. He ain't going to hold you.
Andrews, he's lost too much weight to be, down there in the line. And
we don't have an inline blocker.
Because if you look at him 2 years ago, like he made progress as a pass blocker, but I mean in the run blocking game too, and he's lost so much weight and slimmed down that it's like physically he can't hang, with those big boys down in the line anymore.
And they've been putting Falele out there, and then Falele just been giving. I mean, he really just give the play away when Falele in because you kind of know where ball going. And I like to see him in there, but
do it. Vokalek.
I can't get that man's name right.
Vokalek can block.
Vokalek sure can. And let's talk about the O-line. Let's wrap it up with the O-line.
We're talking about them all video.
Porous.
Terrible. Again, coach, like, so I asked this week 1, like, do they not know how to block up a blitz? Because every time there's a blitz, man, they're just like,
the thing I'm seeing is like they'll show blitz and they'll bring 6. We'll still have 2 people blocking 1 person and I'll leave somebody free. It's like we don't figure out how to go man for man. And last week, Macari and Mustafa played good and looked good. And I had people ask me, why did the second O-line look better than the first O-line? And they did. But yesterday, they did not. Macari looked like them 2 fumbles. You see, I ain't mentioned nothing about them 2 fumbles because I don't think either one of them was Lamar's fault. I don't. The first fumble, Macari got whooped. Second fumble, Zeitler got whooped. But
he kind of held onto it too long on that second one, though.
But Zeitler was right in his mouth, though.
Yeah, after a few seconds. But also, and maybe you can answer this, Coach. I'm not sure myself. And they sort of mentioned it on the broadcast. But what is the tuck rule? If not, if not that,
you got to be Tom Brady.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, actually, they changed it. They after years, they decided to take it out the rule books.
Did
so they ain't no tuck rule no more.
Yeah,
but that looked just like it.
It was exactly that.
Yeah,
that looked just like it. But you really got to be Tom Brady.
That O-line played their Super Bowl last week. That was their game because they balled out against Cincy.
Zeitler has regressed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm afraid of what we going into next week because I know y'all seen it. That dude, the 2 guys following Myles Garrett.
That's gonna be us.
Yeah.
Uncle looked at the game. He's like, "Damn,
that was hilarious."
They beat us to it,
bro. Like, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for my guy.
I just hope Myles Garrett don't sit there and get in front of Mustafa and do that crossover stuff again,
Coach,
and
Coach,
get him.
Coach, you know how hilarious it is and how dominant a player is when he's playing with people in the middle of a game. Like he's playing.
Micah did it too.
Oh, yeah.
After Myles Garrett did it, Micah Parsons did it.
He ain't copycat, but he got shut down.
You weren't doing it yesterday.
No, he didn't do it yesterday.
And Myles, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Oh, they gonna follow me? Okay, let me run back on this.
He's on
I forgot about. Oh, he's talking about with the switching.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that right before we started. Yeah, that was kind of like the timeout stuff with Harbaugh and and what other coach is Steichen or however his name is. So who gonna block Myles Garrett? That's a good question.
Are we expecting anybody back? Because through the first 3 weeks, Cleveland has, I think, the 3 best defensive games throughout. Yesterday they gave up 94 total yards. Held Derrick Henry to 20 yards. We need some people back. We need to get something stable.
We need something back.
Or we need a hellified game plan.
We definitely need those 2 dudes back because the communication just looks horrible. And the offensive line, like they just look out of sorts, and that's going to happen when you got
check this, Chris. Though the communication looks bad, but the 2 guys that's out there now then play more snaps than the 2 that's hurt.
That's true, but I'm trusting those 2 that are hurt more than Mustafa and Macari. I'm gonna take those 2 more than those other the backups. But I get what you're saying, and
give me Linderbaum and Macari right now. I don't trust his ankle yet.
Stanley.
Yeah, I don't trust his ankle. Not saying Macari's better than Stanley.
No. He's more healthy.
I don't trust his ankle yet.
Somebody gonna take it that way, Coach.
No kid. They need to get you something. Listen, Lamar was
Coach said Makari is better than Stan.
You heard it. First he said Tyler Huntley's better than Lamar too. That's how it works on Twitter. No, but major props to the Colts because they were running those games up front and they were confusing the hell out of the line. They were confusing Lamar. They took advantage of it, and major props to them. There were times where they were sending the same blitz and it was working over and over again. So major props to them, but that's something that I want. I talked about it earlier. I want Lamar to progress in that area where you help yourself out and you help the offensive line out with your cadence. If you have 12 seconds left on the play clock, use your cadence to kind of make the defense show what they're going to do or who's going to be blitzing on that play, and identify it and help yourself out and the offensive line.
Just good question for everybody up here and the chat.
Whoa.
When have we, how when quarterback makes the guy jump off sides and we get shot plays, like the free play? I don't, in these three games or last season, I don't recall that ever happening for us. Do we ever
do hard counts?
Yeah, hard counts. And I don't, and I'm not being funny. That's a legit question.
We couldn't do it last year. We had no time on the clock.
Yeah,
good point. I've seen them. We had a most basic try at that. Like I've seen them come back out to try to draw offside, but it's there's nobody going in motion. There's no hard count. It's just like, all right, go out there and see if you can draw them offside. And that's
when in obvious times.
Yeah, and it's never that. It's never. Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. I don't see it. It's not sold well if that's what they're doing out there.
No, never. Too much motion. Can't trust guys not to jump. Hey, true that, especially with them backups in there. I feel you.
Coach, that damn Mustafa. Like Lamar was looking to the side and Mustafa just decided I'm gonna hike the ball. I'm like,
that wasn't a hike. He rolled out.
I'm sorry, he didn't even get up there. I'm like, what are you doing?
Like he's skipping rocks.
I mean, we just not going hard count? I mean, and just get sacked? I mean, like, what are we gonna do? Just keep the same cadence and be like, all right, like,
and let them get out the ball. That's what's happening.
Now that you say that, Coach, I don't ever recall like hearing the stadium real quiet and Lamar just you know what I'm saying? I don't
right
ever doing that.
Let me tell you what Makari did. So yeah, most people know as a tackler, ball snap, you take your kick slides, right? You take your kick steps. Makari, because you normally with him being on the left side, that left foot's back. Makari stepped with his left foot to the right, then stepped left during the game after giving up that sack. Like, what kind of stupid ass footwork is that? So instead, when the ball snapped, instead of taking that big kick step to try to get depth, he stepped this way to go left. Like, bro, do it off my field.
Why are we talking about hard counts? It makes me. Now that I'm thinking about it, how often do you guys remember Joe Flacco doing it?
I can't remember that.
He would have the same cadence. He had the same problem. Ready. The same cadence.
He didn't do that many hard counts.
You know what the Ravens remind? It's like, I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was Joey Porter one year where he got mad because the Steelers got beat and the other team, they had run some. I may have even just been play action, but he was very upset. He's like, "Why are you trying to trick us? Just line up and play."
I remember that. Yeah.
And John Harbaugh took that to heart. He was like, he's right. This is real football. We just line up. We let you know what we gonna do.
Man to man, meet us at the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Hat on a hat. 3 yards, cloud of dust, all that nonsense. That's what y'all do.
Let's matriculate down the field, boys.
Just grit it out, guys.
All right, I got two questions for you. I got two questions. One pertains to the Ravens. The second one does not. So first question is, do you think we get a victory Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they win. Deshaun playing bad enough.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean,
you asked that right as Poonjet entered the chat. Poonjet is a Browns fan. What's up, Poonjet?
My guy Deshaun turned around and just threw the ball backwards.
That's one of the funniest plays.
Hey, don't hey, cut the tape. Poonja in here. Cut the tape. Take the film off.
Yeah,
film down.
Yeah. How about them Orioles?
Right. But yeah, I think defense is gonna help us get the dub. I think we're gonna do enough offensively, and the defense will help us. I think it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be an ugly game.
It's gonna be very ugly.
AFC North game.
I think it's gonna be a Tucker. I think Tucker's gonna have a day like the kicker for the Colts. It's gonna be one of them type days.
Gonna have a gay day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's his name.
They was ready to get Tucker out of town after he missed that 61-yarder.
They was ready.
Can we talk about coaching real quick? Coaching because
Will Lutz back.
Go ahead.
I mean, let's start with that kick.
So
let's start with that kick. They played to get a 61-yard kick. They didn't play. They didn't try to. They weren't playing to try to get him closer. They're like, he's in field goal range now. It's whatever. We can, if we get a couple extra yards, cool. If not, that's fine. He can make it from here. Get your kicker as close as possible.
Wasn't that the penalty though? Wasn't there a penalty on that play?
I don't remember. There's so many
that took him back, and then Nelson caught it again to put him back up, put him back in field goal range.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was what was that? Or was that the sack that Lamar took?
Right after the sack, we got almost right in wherever the little line where they say Tucker needed to get to.
Yeah.
After the sack, they threw the pass and Nelson got right at it. I think.
Yeah.
Look, you look at all these units. I mean, outside of really DBs and Queen and Roquan, they play poorly, and we have this many units playing so poorly, and all these boneheaded plays and mistakes. You can only point to one person. That's the head coach. That's your responsibility to get them ready for this. And he game planned for it to come down to this because this is what he always does. Lesser competition. I don't want to really show my hand because I only have X amount of plays I want to run during the season. And I want to say those for the good teams. This team, we should be able to just grit it out, right? We can just play a tight game. They can't really do anything to us. The defense is going to hold it down, and we'll win it by a field goal or two. And come away with the win. And I can stand there and say it's not pretty, but it's us. But when we go play a team that might be favored to win, or a very good team, then we can go out there and show them some things that they haven't seen before. This has always been John Harbaugh's case. And sometimes we win those games, sometimes we don't. But he does not put our teams in position to go out there and just play the game. Like, I want to have a game like Miami had yesterday. Hell, I'll take what the Bills did to the Commanders. I'll take that. Can we have one of those games?
That's because y'all have no class. So all I'm doing it the classy way.
That's what Lamar should. That's what Lamar should have. He should have those type of weapons to where we can do something like that.
Yeah, I say if I were Justin Tucker, and anybody said anything to me about missing a kick that began with a 6, I'd retire on the spot. I don't care.
Listen, and to coach, my issue is outside of Justin Tucker, 3 weeks now, special teams unit has looked horrible. Special teams has been horrible, and I thought that was John Harbaugh's forte. Like, he's supposed to be that guy that has these elite units, and they have not been elite from coverage, even to the having Zay Flowers come in, even to having Zay Flowers come in and catch the ball. Like, Coach, we talked about this for the stream. Why didn't he call a timeout and say, "Hey, yo, run around, take it to the 2-minute warning"? No, he just said, "You know what? I'll make up an excuse on the press conference." Like, yes, a lot of this is on John Harbaugh. So,
yeah, that shit is not true. He went out there and lied. That's not. I don't believe that one bit. That he knew, and he's looking at Zay Flowers like, no, like we got 2 minutes and three left,
right? Because he said
with a timeout in your pocket.
Exactly.
Two timeouts.
No, that's exactly Chris, because he tried to say, oh well, they changed the time and I didn't have enough time to relay the message. Well, that's when you call timeout.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't need your timeout. You're trying to run the clock out.
Exactly.
That's when you call a timeout and be like, hold up. All right.
Yeah.
You see where it's at, right? Don't fair catch this. Run it out.
When you look up there and see, when you first realize that they moved it back to 203, timeout.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right away.
Timeout.
It's too important.
Not this. This.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout. That's simple.
But no, look, listen. I'm about to rant on Harbaugh now. This is listen. Harbaugh benefits from having a lot of great talent on the team. He's benefited the whole time he's been here. But when it comes time for him to be a coach, do coaching things like that, can't do it. Right? Deer caught in the headlights. He don't know what to do. Right? Anytime it's crunch time and he has to make critical decisions, he has to do some actual coaching, he falls flat. Every now and then he gets lucky, but he just doesn't know what he's doing out there. And the team feeds off of that energy. They play nervous down the stretch. It's time for him to go, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up. It just happened too many times. It happens too many times. And do he get motivated to play before the game?
No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I thought he did, but no.
Maybe. But it just these in-game things happen too much.
He gets motivated.
These mismanaging of time and timeouts and situations. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this who's got it better than us crap. Let that die, man. That was your dad thing, and it was cool for your pops. Let that thing
better
die.
than us.
Take
The
that
team that wins
corny
the
shit
Super Bowl.
back. Take that corny shit to Ohio.
Let that thing die.
I'll tell you what else you need to let die is play like a Raven.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that.
Wait a
Bro.
minute.
I ain't heard it.
Wait a minute, what?
Because
What
one,
was it?
that don't mean anything, and two, if it does mean something, it means let's score as few points as possible and hope we win.
Let's make the wrong plays.
I've never seen it. He's made some mistakes, but yesterday was pretty bad. I think that was, I don't know if that was part his arrogance or, thinking that, all right, because I'm not even going to lie. When they got the safety, I was like, oh, this game is over.
Me too.
I thought the game was
We
over.
left the stadium.
I thought the game was over. So I don't know if it was part of his arrogance of like, all right, man, this game is over. But I can't remember one that bad.
It ain't pretty.
Right. Everybody's tired of that shit, man.
Why don't you want to be pretty?
Right.
What you talking about?
He says it ain't pretty,
Team.
but
Like, why do you want to be ugly?
Oh, you talking about this?
It ain't pretty.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I'm
that's
keeping
what
myself.
Harbaugh says. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. He has a lot of sayings that nobody pays attention to anymore. And it's getting old. And like you said, the reporters just like, Coach, we done heard this before. Come in and give us this lame duck excuse why you lost the game and why you weren't prepared at the end, as usual. And let's move on, because you're gonna make up some lie. And just say I fumbled the ball.
oh, today was, man. Was lost in the thing is a lot of guys played hard, man, and they was out there playing their hearts out.
Don't care about the outcome. Like, really?
Who could replace
You in the NFL, bro?
If you don't care about the outcome, why is there a freaking scoreboard?
I mean, it's for the fun of it.
You don't care about the outcome. Why are we paying you?
If you don't care about the outcome, why are like the greats measured in championship rings?
I'm convinced it's a troll. He said, "Who could replace Hobbs? There are no better options out there." That is hilarious.
I saw one that put up 70 points.
Right.
And he did that to the team that wouldn't give him an interview. They wouldn't give him an interview. He said, "All right, hold my beer."
He'd be a fool to leave Miami to come here too.
Was doing that with
No,
backups too.
I wouldn't leave
Bruh.
Miami for my family.
Right.
Mike effing White.
Nah, but
You through with your rant, Jose? You good?
I'm done. And EDC gets the smoke too, because EDC put a lot of these players on the team. Somebody had the nerve to say that he's drafted some great players. Who Who did he draft? That was great. Because again, I'm gonna remind you, because those players that you think those players that you love on a team that you think EDC did a great job bringing them here.
Pick me.
That was Ozzy.
Pick me.
You, coach.
Okay. Go ahead, coach.
Queen.
Great
or really good.
And
that's my opinion. I can't have my opinion.
As well, listen. Look right now. He's playing really good, and we all like him. But would you rather? Would you still rather have pick Queen or T. Higgins?
That was the same draft.
Don't lie, Coach.
Yes, it was the same draft, Coach.
Not only the same draft, just a few picks apart.
T. Higgins.
Yeah.
T. Higgins.
Would you rather? Because this is what me and B are writing articles. This is what I had picked for them to do, because we had a first, 2 seconds, and 2 third-round picks at the time. Would you rather package your first, a second, and a third, moved up a few spots and gotten CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson?
Wait a minute. Package how much now?
We had a first, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. And I can't remember.
And you said package all that for one player?
Use your first round pick, one of your second round picks, and one of your third round picks to move up a few spots.
No,
because you do realize Justin Jefferson went 22.
Because check this out. You package that.
I'm not giving up them 3 picks for one person.
Why? Because
you asked me. That's too much for me.
Who did they shut up?
First, second, third, and you still had, and you use that first round pick to draft Justin Jefferson, and you still have a second and third left.
I thought you just said you give it up.
We had two first.
You had 2 seconds.
No, you had 2 seconds and 2
you had a first,
2 seconds
and 2 thirds.
2 third round picks.
So you gave up. You gave up one of the seconds, one of the thirds,
and the first.
To
move up.
To swap first. So you still got a first, second, and a third.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's different. Okay, I misunderstood. My bad. Yeah. Okay.
Man.
I was thinking that you giving up all that, and all you got is that first.
Jesus.
Right.
Somebody heard y'all talking about T. Higgins being a Raven, and he just had to go to the locker room.
Oh,
Damn, really?
Damn, you associate with the Ravens and get hurt? Damn.
Joe Burrow.
Deshaun Watson.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. Right.
Myles Garrett. Hey, Myles.
Hey, Myles. You're a Raven.
Hey, Miles Ravens.
EDC is doing terrible. He's doing a terrible job.
He is. Yes. Listen, it was an argument on Twitter earlier. Somebody was saying something about we could have gone after Calvin Austin. And they said, yeah, they picked Charlie Kolar before him. They was like, no, he didn't. They picked Falele, Kolar, Stout, and Jalen Armour-Davis before Calvin Austin. Like, it's so many picks that EDC could have had that he just said, nah, I'm going to go with the worst picks. And everybody wants to praise him for all the stuff he didn't do. Because right now, we're struggling to find people to stay healthy and actually make plays.
Yeah. And Coach, so in the second and third rounds in that draft, y'all got Tyree Phillips, Malik Harrison, Devin Duvernay, Justin Madubuike, and J.K. Dobbins. You could have traded every one of them picks.
All of them.
What you say, Coach?
Did you say pick some flowers?
Oh, okay.
Pick some flowers.
Right.
I thought my wife.
I thought you were choosing to do 4 snaps and exit the game.
After doing 4 snaps the season before.
He only had 3 snaps the season before.
Oh, my bad.
I'm done my rant.
All right.
I couldn't let them off the hook.
Okay.
Facts.
All right. Last thing. And this is not NFL related. What y'all think about Dan Lanning?
So all right. So me and B, our dad is he's from Oregon, so we have a soft spot in our heart for Oregon Ducks. I don't have any problem with trash talking as long as you back it up. I had a problem with Dan Lanning doing all that stuff because he's talking about they doing it for clicks and all that stuff. You're doing that speech for the cameras, right?
Right.
And Oregon's a really good team. I had no problem with you putting up points and all that stuff. But listen, where was this last year when Georgia was doing this to you? Like, I haven't gotten over that beat down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, it just man, I need you to come through like that every game, every big game, because Colorado, we know what it is with Colorado. Like I didn't expect them to win and really even compete. So that's fine, but you better come through in the big games, because this has always been Oregon's problem with all the coaches they had. Like they have all talent in the world. They could put up 100 points, but they just choke.
Jose.
Yes. Killer. Thanks for watching the show, Killer.
Right.
Appreciate that. Yes, we are brothers.
Hey man, hey, look, this is why I love y'all, man. I'm talking to the chat, man. Y'all unintentionally have me dying laughing. Like I go back and look at the streams just to read what y'all be talking about, and I be rolling, man. I be killing myself laughing because I can't read them all when we doing the show, but I go back and just to see what y'all be talking about, and I be dying laughing. So hey, I mess with y'all heavy, man. I appreciate all y'all. And even though I appreciate all y'all.
Killer said, "My bad. I ain't know Brian was Spanish. He's not Spanish. I'm not Spanish either."
Brian Puerto Rican.
Oh man,
I'm black and Puerto Rican.
Oh,
Hey, it's all good. Hey, killer. But, hey, you don't know unless you ask.
Yeah.
You don't know unless you ask. It is what it is.
Oh, he putting the whole name in the chat too.
Damn.
How was Garcia not Spanish, Jose? The people need answers.
You know what you should have done? You should have came to the meet and greet, and I could have explained. I could have broke the whole thing down to you. Okay.
Oh, hey, if you came to the meet and greet, it would have made perfect sense.
Yeah.
When I saw the family, it made perfect sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect sense.
Yeah.
So
there you go. T helping you out. Spanish people are from Spain. We not. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, we crack it, Joe. We crack it. It's all love. It's all love. But my thing with Dan Lanning is I felt exactly like Ryan Clark did this morning. Like you talking smack, you find your team up. That's what you're supposed to do. You knew you had the advantage because all Colorado got is skill guys. They ain't got no D line, no O line. You knew you had the advantage. But to say they doing it for clicks, and you told the camera, you invited them in. The announcers said it that you invited them in for your pregame speech, so you knew exactly what you were doing.
Right.
And the fact that Oregon has a gazillion uniform combinations, until Chip Kelly got there, nobody cared about Oregon football.
It's true.
Chip Kelly made them famous. You know those combinations kept kids interested.
Yeah.
What you're projecting is you're scared of what Deion is doing.
Yeah. Because
you know if he goes there and he's successful and he starts to have a coaching tree that can do the type of stuff he does, that's going to doom the end for guys like you. Especially the fact that let's not hide the fact that one of Deion's assistants is the guy that you told would never be a coach. The D-line coach. He was a student coach at Georgia, and you told him he'd never be a coach. So we ain't gonna sweep that on the rug about that. We know that was you, Dan. We know that was you.
He ain't doing a great job on Saturday though.
Well, he ain't got nothing to work with. But he went from coaching Jalen Carter to what Colorado got. He ain't got nothing to work with.
That's one of those games that's going to help Colorado down the road, man.
Almost
like you have to play in those big moments. You got to play with those big games so your guys get used to that level of competition, right? They got beat down and say, okay, man, look, it is what it is, man. We're going to take our lumps, but that's where you can assess what you know who can take that next who can take that next step, who we can keep, where we gotta get stronger. I mean, it takes a little time to build a program. This is first year there.
They're gonna take lumps Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And now I think they're gonna score more, but
hopefully
they probably won't stop. Caleb is probably gonna score every possession. Whereas they a few times they probably stopped Oregon, Caleb's probably gonna score every possession. Now they'll probably score a little more, but they're not gonna stop Caleb from scoring.
I'm not sure they could stop Bishop Gorman High School right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't have a problem with him saying that because that's the reality of what's going on in Colorado right now. It is for attention, and they're getting it. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason for Colorado to be a story every week. The team is bad, right? They are a bad football team, but so what? I mean, you know, the entirety of college football exists for y'all to make money, right? And Colorado fast tracked that. They found a way to make a bunch of money without even having a good team yet.
Yep.
You know, and like you say, you assume, hey, if he stays there, Deion's in. Deion fan. I don't like him. I think he's a con man. But he's in
disrespectful way to speak about my dad.
Hour, Chris.
That's right.
You didn't let me finish though. But he is an incredibly charismatic person. Right? He's a magnetic person, and he's one of the greatest football players to ever live. Right. And if you've got, go ahead.
One, not two.
One of, but if you and if you can sell that as, hey, you can come and learn directly from Deion, kids are going to go. And you know, and they're going to be successful at Colorado. You know, just it's a matter of how long it's going to take them. But yeah, right now it's undoubtedly for clicks, and that's okay. Because that's what all of you are doing.
That's what you're
building it up. Yeah, right. You don't think these recruits aren't looking at this?
There you go, Chris. All I was going to say. With these kids' attention span as long as this, and that's the way football is. Well, college athletics is now. You got to be visible. You got to have something that they like that'll keep their attention, that they seen and can be seen. That's and that's kind of
that's
one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad I'm out of Brodney.
And it was brilliant.
Exactly. With the uniforms, because they were getting recruits not off of their play for the most part, uniforms, and then they brought Chip in and had this go fast style. So that came after the uniform. Uniforms was first.
They made Oregon cool.
Yes,
and then they made them good.
Yeah,
and exactly. Deion made Colorado cool, and then they're going to be good.
Thank you.
Not next week.
And
it won't be this year.
Yeah. It'll be soon.
Like B said, it's year one. Like, and look at all of the publicity they're getting, the attention. I mean, a lot of us on the East Coast were up till 2:30 watching them play Colorado State.
Yep, I was.
And you know, it's Colorado 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
Man, like if you have that kind of, you know, box office where you can do that in a place like Colorado year one, I mean, just imagine how it's going to be year 2, year 3, year 4 when you actually have an established program and you have all of your guys that you pick and those top recruits.
Yeah. So like they said, Coach, listen, this is a team that was 1-11 last year, and more importantly, to Chris's point. Speaking for myself, as a person over the last 5 to 10 years, fell out of love with college football. He's bringing people back into the fold. Just his charisma, his personality is bringing the focus not just on Colorado, it's bringing it back to college football. A lot of people that left and felt like that the machine was getting too powerful, people are starting to fall in love. And I think that somebody said it most, that the problem that they have with Deion is he's a black man in a white man's system, but he's not doing it humbly. And they can't stand the fact that he's loud and boisterous about it. I saw something on Twitter where they did an interview. Some guy was doing an interview after the game, and this young white guy came on. And he was just like, yeah, I can't stand it, Deion, you know, this is a third. And the dude was like, yo, what's really the problem?
Oh, I saw that.
Man, he was like, man, I just can't do what they do. And, you know, they took over everything else. All we pretty much got now was wrestling.
I saw that.
So, you know, it's just it's a defense mechanism for the other coaches, because Deion is bringing college football in Colorado to the forefront. And to everybody's point, this is his first year. He just went and got some players from here and there and put them together and made a team that's successful. Wait until he gets his full team. What do you think all of this YouTube stuff is doing? What do you think all him being on commercials and being on TV is doing? It's attracting recruits because these young kids today, all they know is social media. And Deion is everywhere on social media. So now it's like, oh my God, you have this NFL legend, you have this YouTube star, you have this guy who's always in the limelight. And if I play for him, I'm going to be in the limelight.
Right.
Travis Hunter, his YouTube channel, all of these things that you get with just being associated with Deion, he's going to attract star players. This man got the #1 recruit in college football to go to Jackson State.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's because he's not a team guy. He was streaming while they were getting their ass kicked the other day. Allegedly.
I know allegedly when old boy came at halftime and said, he's like, I hope everybody that was watching continues to watch. When he said that, 5 minutes later, the thing popped up. Travis Hunter is live.
But no, to handle the point, and Coach, you know I'm a Miami fan. Right?
Me too.
And I've watched more Colorado games this year than I've watched of the Hurricanes in probably the last 5 or 6 years total.
Yep.
I'll tell you this. Last year, I only watched HBCU football last year. Now, because of what went on with Colorado, I've watched Colorado. I've got back to watching my Canes. I've watched some North Carolina because of the players. I've watched some South Carolina because I got players playing for them. I've watched some Vanderbilt because I got players playing for them. Because of what Deion has did, I've started back to watching college football.
Yep.
Because like last year, if it wasn't FAMU, Alcorn, or Jackson State, I didn't watch it for the most part. Other than I did watch the playoff games. I did watch them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's like Floyd Mayweather. Because like I said, I don't like Deion, but I'm gonna watch him because he's interesting, he's entertaining, he makes you want to watch him. You know, that's the same thing with Floyd. But, you know, Floyd's pay-per-view sold so well because people wanted to watch him lose. He would never do it. People would get really angry and they're like, well, I'm buying the next one.
Yeah.
This is gonna be it. This is the one.
But I mean, yeah, like we said, like he's going to get all the attention, and you know, even in the off season and recruiting season, National Signing Day is going to be huge because of Deion. They want to see who's going to commit to Colorado, and he is going to get the commits.
Yep.
They might play that on pay-per-view.
Right.
Oh man.
Like he got the other #1 corner that ain't even really played yet.
He don't play. Yeah, he don't.
But Money McClain only plays special teams. Wait till he get in the fold.
You know why players go online to play for him, man? He gets the players paid. Look at the commercials. It's not just his sons. Somebody pointed out on Twitter the other day. He did one of his almonds commercials or cashews or whatever it is. He had two players in the commercial that were walk-ons. Right. He's getting everybody their money.
Yep.
Right.
And they name that on the back of their practice jersey. Their ads.
See, yes, exactly. So, you know, like he's starting the professional career early as he should, because I think college players should have been getting paid. But no, man, like he's a player's coach, right? He played the game. He's more, you know, he relates more to them, and he's trying to set them up for success, you know, and get them ready for their careers and make them money now. It's everything that you know, not just the players, parents want to hear, right? Because, you know, when Jacob gets old enough to get recruited, he ain't going anywhere for free. I can tell you that right now.
That's what
Dan. See the interview on 60 Minutes, not with Deion, but with the 3 white kids that stayed.
Nah, I didn't see that.
So they asked them. Basically, the guy asked them, well, like, you guys were in the interview when he came in and said, I'm bringing my luggages, Lou, or whatever. What made you stay? One dude was like, his dad told him, you want to swim with sharks, or you want to swim with minnows or something like that. And the dude was like, well, shit, I want to swim with sharks. And he said, well, you're going to stay in there and compete. And he got an interception first game. I don't know what the kid in the middle played. And then the other cat say, I'm going to stay and compete. And if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. And shit, he made it. So he say, the words just wasn't going to scare me off. I'm going to compete and see what happens. And they made it. Which, you know, to me, that's what it should have been about. The people that left without even a practice.
Trying it.
Yeah, they just were scary.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to run me off.
Yeah.
But Coach,
that's what the Dan Lannings are scared of.
Yes.
Because he's going to take your recruits. He's the scariest man on the planet right now for all schools, because all of these kids have an eye set on Colorado. I was tweeting exactly what Chris is talking about. I'm up at 2:30 in the morning and I'm watching Colorado play Colorado State. That you can't. There's not much that can beat that, right? I could see if it was we were up watching Colorado Oregon or Colorado USC. We were watching Colorado State.
Yep.
So that's what these coaches are afraid of. I just hope that Danny Boy didn't do all of that, right? Because this is the thing. You whipped his ass. You did, you had the better team. Everybody known that. But going forward on fourth down, things like that, like running up the score, cool. Like, I just hope that you didn't do all that to play in the Cheetos Bowl, because we know that Oregon, no matter how good or how high they ranked, when it's money time, when Georgia come to town, when Bama come to town,
October 14th, they got to deal with Mike Penix.
Yeah, when those boys come, when USC come, that's what we gonna see, the real Oregon. So I hope
I'm gonna be watching that game. He better deliver.
That's my problem with what he did. And Deion has been clear saying he's 7 to 8 dogs away. Wait till I get my 7-8 dogs here. So it is what he is. He's already he was picked. He was rated to have the worst roster in college football. He was rated to maybe win one game. He's won 3 already. So he's already far exceeded the expectation of that team, of that roster, and people can't handle it. So, it's personal towards Deion, like he said, and not towards beating you. They want to beat me, not my team, which is crazy. But I think that's the fear. He's gonna. You think Oregon got all these uniforms and stuff like that? They know Deion is capable of doing that. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Phil Knight was just as happy to hug Deion as he was to hug his own coach.
Yep, right.
So those are the things that scare these coaches. Those relationships that he have, that influence that he has. He's going to be a problem, man. And he's going to pull He's going to pull the kids from these programs, and they know it.
Yep.
And the victory laps are crazy with the people who are against Deion and the whole movement. The victory laps are crazy. Like, you see, like who expected them to win the national championship this year? Like, they just had one win last season.
Even after all that yappity yap, them Oregon players made a beeline to try to shake Deion's hand and Shador and all them other cats' hand. Even after all, and I understand it's a level of intensity during the game, and nobody's like, I hate you during the game. After the game, it was all love. It was all
some of those
love.
players are gonna want to transfer. Think about the players on teams now that are like, man, I'm not getting no playing time, and they need some help, especially on the lines. O-line and D-line.
Yeah, that's because he's not going to have to rebuild like he used to have to do in college. You can go right to the transfer portal, and that roster going to be stacked next year.
Yep.
And he told Shador he's not going to the NFL.
Yeah, Shador going to the NFL though.
No.
He said he ain't going away.
When they come and tell him he's going to be a first round pick, he waving bye the boulder.
Wait till they see who lose the first. Like, you got to see what team is up there first.
Oh, well, he ain't going first. So I mean, that ain't. Yeah, but they're gonna tell him he'll be a first round pick. He'll be gone.
No,
he don't want to go to Washington.
Hey, you damn right he don't want to go to Washington and sit on the bench.
He want to go to Carolina. He want to go to Carolina.
Man, listen.
He don't want to go to Carolina.
Ask me again in 6 weeks.
I think he has a real chance to be the number 1 pick next year, because when you talk about them reloading, they're going to be better next year.
Yes,
and he can realistically beat. I mean, right now, like, in my opinion, he's the 3rd best quarterback in the country. In my opinion, right now, with that team. So imagine with a better team or better supporting cast around him, and then a year under his belt, or like another year under his belt. I think he's going to be QB1 next season.
I think it's Caleb, Penix, and Shador.
And just imagine what he'll be with the offensive line in the run game.
I think he was the better quarterback on that field Saturday, but Bo just had the better team.
Bo's not good.
That's all. Bo is 35 years old. He should be good right now.
Bo played against Herbert in a bowl game.
Yes,
he played against Joe Namath too.
I see y'all. I see y'all doing the Spanish in the comment section. I just maybe llamo Ivan. I got to brush up on mine. I'm taking a little trip later on, so I got to brush up on mine.
Okay,
I'm trying to take a trip.
Yeah. Hey, that's all I got. Anything y'all good? No hashtag no 2 hours.
Hashtag no 2 hours. That's right.
Hashtag no 2 hours. Hey, you can find me Sip the Tally Films here. More Sip the Tally. Go check that out. Go subscribe over there too. Hendo.
Yes, sir. You can find me at the Road Pod on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. And I was thinking about this earlier, Coach, from your stream earlier, and I do want to say this to everybody, and no disrespect in anything, but it's no reason everybody on this panel, More Sip the Tally, Deep Cover, Ring Kings, and Open Mic with OTR Mike should be at 1,000 subscribers by now. Like, I don't mean no harm. Everybody should have subscribed to them, and we all should be at 1,000 across the board.
We got 100 people in here right now, over 100 people. So, take 2 seconds and hit subscribe.
Thing just popped up in Streamlabs. So, if you guys not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe.
To all of these people, we get this, and this show gets over 1,000 views every week. So everybody should be over 1,000 subscribers. I'm disappointed in y'all.
Appreciate it.
Well, not the ones that subscribe, but just the other people.
I know one that unfollowed.
Oh man,
he actually came back. When we said that, I ain't see him say nothing, but he came back and asked a legit question. He came back and asked a legit question.
He was just like, I can't get to them. Let's just
we and the thing is, after we had situations like that, it don't be no issue. We just got to let you know that we ain't with Ogie though.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
But Chris, personal. Where do people can find you at?
I mean, everybody listening except for that one person could find me at Chris Just Joking. You could also find me on the Deep Cover Pod. We will be dropping either Thursday or Friday. Just check the Twitter and I'll let you know.
If you follow.
If you follow me, sure, go ahead. If you don't, sorry.
If you don't follow Chris, follow me. I retweet it. Mike,
man, look, follow me on Twitter /X OTR_Mike. I'll take Chris's followers since y'all don't want to follow him. But follow me there, man. Go over and subscribe to Open Mic with OTR Mike. I promise something's coming soon. I am featured on somebody's show this week, so I was able to do a feature, but not do my own show. But I will be it will be more content loaded on there soon. And then Ring Kings as well. We got a big fight this weekend, which is not getting a lot of. It's crazy. I text my homeboy saying it's not really getting a lot of promotion, but it's a big fight coming up this weekend, man. So Ring Kings will be in full effect this weekend. We'll be live streaming.
It's been on your mind for a minute. I'll tell you what, Cam.
You carry the one.
You go over to Suge Knight 323, and one day I will go on there and reveal my ancestry DNA profile. You go and subscribe over there.
I think Killer the same one last week, if I'm not mistaken. Killer, and remind me when I was like, I do Ring Kings with my brothers Jose and Bronny. He's like, wait, are y'all really brothers? I think that was Killer last week. If I'm not mistaken. So man, go over and subscribe to Ring Kings podcast, man. We will be live streaming this weekend. It's just the best boxing podcast on YouTube. Thanks. So go check that out. You'll see us this weekend.
Jose and V.
Yeah, we are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT Show. And you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT Show.
Chris had a question. Is the fight this weekend? The fight y'all talking about?
Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Canelo night, Canelo and Charlo.
That's fight. That's the fight. Okay, that was big.
And
somebody asked the question. Clot asked the question. Clot wants to know is what's I'm gonna win because He put $100 on it.
Oh, who?
On Baltimore. What's our guy from Baltimore? Tank.
Tank.
Yeah.
They ain't announced a fight yet.
Nah,
I saw little rumors about what's the dude with the
Teofimo, possibly Teofimo
with the slick back hair. No.
Keith
Keith Thurman.
Yeah, I don't think that's real. That's a bit
Espinoza dry. He clipped that today. I think he tweeted saying, "Don't believe that."
That's good.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, that's what it's about right there. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate it. That's what it's all about. Hey, and that's what we got, man. That's our show for today. Hashtag no 2 hours. And again, you got stuff coming up from us the rest of the week. I'll have films out, all 22 films on both channels tomorrow. The call-in show tomorrow. I have questions with Coach Wednesday. Lunch break hot take Wednesday. Deep cover Wednesday or Thursday. Rogue Pod will pop up at any given time. And Mike will pop up at any given time. What's that?
I'm making that video, Coach, about that one player we need.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I got a question to ask you too when we log off. Don't let me forget. All right, but any closing words?
Oh, yeah, you can also find me tomorrow night. The Steel Conspiracy over on Suge Knight 323.
Oh yeah,
just in the chat box. There we go.
Steelers and Ravens podcast, and there's no Ravens fan on it, and I don't understand.
It's a Panthers fan, a Ravens fan, and another Ravens fan.
Is it really Suge's birthday today?
The
23rd, I think.
Okay. Happy birthday, Suge.
All right, happy birthday, Suge. Happy belated birthday. Happy 40th.
Suge he was in Vegas, wasn't he?
I think so.
Damn.
Did he make it to the game?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, and shout out to Joe too for dropping 2. I think it was hot and heavy when Joe dropped that $2 super chat. Lamar needs to let the game. Lamar needs to let the game beat. No, I can't read. Lamar needs.
No, you're trying to get it right.
And beat ourselves.
I think he's trying to say let the game come to him instead of
not beat ourselves. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. All right. I'm sorry, YBC Joe. It was a lot of stuff going on.
It was confusing.
All right. We out now. We out. Peace, y'all. Appreciate you.
Stop hating on Lamar, y'all.